The idea that this country has become one big, bland, conformist culture, the United States of Generica, well, if you're in search of a counterpoint, hang out as we did in the marshy interior of southern Louisiana. You need no passport to enter Cajun country, but it's an exotic land like nowhere else, home to a cuisine, a language, a landscape, even a pacing all its own. And then there's the singular sound. Cajun music and its cousin from across the way, Zydeco, resists easy description. But it is intoxicatingly catchy, often sung in French, and enjoying a most unlikely renaissance.
The story will continue in a moment.
The sun is out and living is easy on the bayous of Louisiana. The fish are jumping, those are carp, and the cypress trees grow high. On dry land, the music hangs in the humidity. In Eunice, Louisiana, the Savoie family has lived on this patch of land for 8 generations. Music is often a family inheritance down here, and you can think of the Savoies as the Von Trapp clan of Cajun country, Acadiana as it's known. Joel is a Grammy-winning producer and musician, often accompanied by his brother Wilson, also a Grammy winner. Their father Mark, an accordion maker by day, is a prominent musician in his own right, as is their mother Anne, who once recorded with Linda Ronstadt.
What defines the Cajun sound?
Typically, Cajun music has Cajun accordion, fiddle, sung in Cajun French. They play two-step and waltzes. It's got a very unique rhythm, very syncopated rhythm that you don't hear in a lot of other kinds of music. It's the syncopation that drives the music.
And it has a hauntingness about it, the music, and it's just got soul, you know?
These sounds are sourced from the unique blend of people that converged on Cajun country over the centuries.
Music is obviously born out of this swirl of different cultures. The accordion arrived with some part of the population. Fiddle arrived with different part of the population. The syncopation comes from people that we encountered here, the African Americans, the Creoles, the Spanish, things like that. It's also a social music. You know, anytime there's music, there's somebody hanging out, somebody cooking. These things just are part of life. It's always inclusive. Maybe you'll dance a few times, who knows?
As we saw, when the sun sets in Acadiana, the volume turns way up. This music is the soundtrack in dive bars, in nightclubs, in the old French salle de danse, dance halls that stud this landscape. And while it's not topping Billboard charts, the music is experiencing a resurgence as young audiences two-step once again to those accordions, fiddles, and washboards.
You say Louisiana, the first thing that can come out of their mind is, how's New Orleans? I'm like, I don't know. I don't live in New Orleans. I live in Southwest Louisiana.
Totally different sound.
A totally different sound.
Chubby Carrier is a Grammy-winning accordionist from Church Point, Louisiana. He tours with his group, the Bayou Swamp Band. Chubby Zydeco is a relative of Cajun music, born out of the French-speaking Black Creole community.
One time, this couple came and goes, honey, you gotta come see this. That's a black gentleman with an accordion in his hand. I wonder if you play poker, honey.
Oh, polka.
Polka.
Oh, you had a surprise for
Oh
him.
my goodness, and I seen that, and they came back, and when I seen them sitting there, I said, watch this.
It's time to dance with me tonight, y'all.
I started playing my songs, and she started looking over to her husband going, wow, this is great. She's just doing this.
She thought she was coming for Lawrence Welk. And she
Something
got
like
you.
that.
Jordan Thibodeau is the frontman of the touring band Les Roudeurs.
It's just the sounds of our community. And I think that just buries into your heart when you're little.
And it's not some hipster, ironic thing.
No.
It's
Most of the people that be in these kind of dances are as far removed from a hipster as you could possibly imagine.
Jordan is Cajun music's equivalent of a rock star. And through his music, he's become something of a global ambassador for Cajun country and its way of life.
You have a saying, you say a lot, that's in some of your song lyrics. You want to tell us what it is?
Tu vis ta culture ou tu tues ta culture, il n'y a pas de milieu. It means you either live your culture or you kill your culture. There's no in between.
What do you mean?
You see this vanishing of cultures, of dialects, of everything to just create this one generic human, you know? And it's really sad to me. So I'm gonna get up every day and I'm gonna live my culture today. I think it's every individual's responsibility to maintain who they are as a people.
Time was, Louisiana French could be heard on every street corner, both in Cajun and Creole communities. Jordan learned French from his grandmother. But today, the language is dwindling as the march of Americanization proceeds.
Imagine still being home and saying, oh, I miss home. It's a very hard feeling to convey.
I wonder if the language is diminishing, the Cajun music becomes that much more important as this transmitter of
without
culture.
a doubt. Without a doubt. There are countless kids who are learning the language just from the music.
The Cajun story starts in Nova Scotia, where this French-speaking people led a peaceful life until they didn't. In the middle of the 1700s, the conquering British kicked out the Acadians, shortened to Cajuns. Expelled, they found an improbable home amid the backwaters of French Louisiana, from the craggy North Atlantic to the delta and bayous of the Atchafalaya Basin, the largest swamp in North America. Jordan gave us a tour of the land that shaped his Cajun ancestors. They adapted to survive and then thrive in this new and sometimes hostile environment.
Did I hear right? You learned to swim in this water?
Yeah. Oh,
what
yeah.
happens.
My mama, they would take the kids, they'd put us in a life jacket and throw us out the boat to go swim so they could fish in peace, you know? And she'd make the turn if you'd see an alligator. Mama, they got an alligator. You can see him? Yes, ma'am. Then it's fine. If you can't see him no more, let me know.
The Cajuns didn't come with much, but they did bring their old French melodies.
We sing a lot fishing. When we sit and fish, me and my little girl, my youngest, she likes to sit and sing. So while we're fishing, she sings to the fish to get them to come.
Long as he brought up fish, well, there's an unwritten rule in Cajun country. You can't have the music without the food. Joel Savoie and his family invited us into their kitchen.
We're cooking some shrimp étouffée. Étouffée is a French word that means smothered. So we smothered them.
Where did you learn? From your
From my
folks?
father, yeah. A lot of people say, what's the recipe? I said, I don't know what the recipe is.
New York, you can go into a Michelin star restaurant and they've got étouffée and gumbo.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Not the same.
They don't know what they're doing. I proposed a toast to my grandmother who lived in this house, and with her lack of gentility, she would always say, arrête de baduler, assis-toi, puis allons parler. Quit your babbling, sit down, and let's stuff ourselves.
Cheers. Cheers.
The music, the food, the drink, the bon ton, the good times, these traditions braid all the communities here, but with slight twists.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Chubby Carrier's father and grandfather were sharecroppers who played music at night. He showed us the difference between the blues-heavy Zydeco he grew up with and the more country-infused Cajun sound.
So I took one of my grandfather's songs. Now you see, I did all my Zydeco. That's a Zydeco song. Now watch your waltz. Take it to the Cajun. You hear that? Then now take that same song and then speed it up. It's gonna turn into a Zydeco song. Whoa, all in one, brother.
Though entwined musically for decades, the black Zydeco and the white Cajun scenes couldn't mingle much in the Jim Crow Deep South. We first met Chubby at La Poussière, The Dust, a dance hall in the town of Breaux Bridge. He remembers when black bands and patrons weren't allowed in.
I wonder if you thought about what your dad and your grandpa would have been thinking watching you play this venue where they wouldn't have been playing.
I mean, we can't even step in that club. Like, Daddy and my grandfather, I want to say this. They fought the fight for us, man. Daddy and Granddaddy is in heaven looking down going, my son is playing at a white venue that I never thought in a million years that I would ever see. But how good it is, how sweet it is, huh?
Today, the Cajun and Zydeco crowd overlap like never before. The music has found new audiences with new sensibilities.
You got the doo-doo-pop, doo-doo-pop, it feels like a train moving, and that's why.
Like virtually all the musicians we interviewed, Little Nate Williams has seen a surge in popularity. Last year, his streaming audience jumped by, get this, more than 3,000%.
How do you describe your style of Zydeco? It's not traditional, is it?
Very much not traditional, man. It's a fusion. That's how I think of it. Keyboards, synthesizers, a lot of R&B, a lot of R&B.
Nate learned to play from his father, also a renowned Zydeco musician. And he's found pushing musical boundaries is not always frictionless.
What's Dad say about this?
My dad has always been encouraging. But I could see his face sometimes, you know. We'll sit down in the studio. He'll look at me and listening to my stuff. Can we put some more accordion in there? Can we put some more French in there? Can we put this in there? But at the end of the day, you know, we come to some compromising, understanding that this is you, this is me.
And the music has struck a chord beyond Louisiana. Jordan's band tours across the country and internationally. We met Jordan, Joel, and Wilson after they'd played a packed show in the Red Hook neighborhood of Brooklyn, of all places. The band, like us, ponders what precisely is fueling this interest outside Louisiana.
They don't speak French. They're not getting the lyrics. What are they connecting to?
I wonder that all the time.
I really just believe it's the emotion. If we playing and I'm happy, we cut, I mean, you can see and feel that good time, you're gonna feel that good time. Same thing, if the song's horribly sad, maybe it makes you feel a little sadness inside of you, and you connect on that emotional level.
Emotional connection to a sound that, like the accordion itself, can contract and expand. Old melodies in a new era.
True music, it's emotive. You're gonna feel it, and that's sure. Everybody wants to feel something.